Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Okay, let's do a sound check. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Zero. Hey, Mighty. Hey, Jamie. So, I want to start by thanking everyone for their thoughts and prayers and messages of support. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. If anyone doesn't know, last week my Freckles got sick, really sick, had trouble breathing, so we took her to the emergency room for dogs. And they ran a bunch of tests, and many of them were inconclusive. They ruled out heart trouble. And hey, Jody. So the only thing they could tell for sure was that her blood was a little fatty. Yeah, it sucks, Jamie. It hurt. It hurt. I tried to go live to restream the cock. I think it was on a Tuesday, and I wasn't. After that, I wasn't in the mood for anything. So I just sat there in and out, and then binge watching The Rookie on Hulu. We had her for over 6 or 7 years. We got her. The vet estimated her age at 2.5 years. She was abandoned by someone nearby because one day we're kind of outside and someone we knew got a little chihuahua handed to him. I know it. You see, cock. You see, cock. Hey, Morky Mom. When something bad happens in my life, I get nice supportive messages. How many people do you have? How many people, when something happens on YouTube, reach out? See, Mrs. Ka. We have Jody. We have Jamie. We actually care about each other around here. We actually care. So it sucks to be you, cucky boy. All right, it sucks. Nobody wants to be you. Nobody wants to be you. So it was hard this week. I'll admit it. I watched Tammy one time last week, and then I was over at Jamie's a few times. I wasn't in the mood to chat, really. So we're going to go on to another topic. This is not for self-pity. We had her for a while. We believe in when we get a pet, it's death do us part. And no shock collars in this house. We find that offensive. Yeah, I took all the time I needed. All right. Unlike Cock that will sit there and scream and yell on a trail all day. You see, Cock? Hey, Kelly. Sucks to be you. So, I'm sure other people have noticed. All right. YouTube demonetized me for what's the policy here? Inauthentic content. So it's turning out that it wasn't Cucky Boy. All right. He may want to scream and yell, "Oh, I told you so." But it's looking like my AI shorts were to blame. And they can't and the AI actually demonetized me. So if you want to give me donations, for the time being, my PayPal and Cash App are up, and or you can go on the Rumble side and send Rumble rants, all right? Because I dual stream to both platforms. And I do this in case we have to move over there, in case something happens, or you know. You know the drill by now. When you have someone that's obsessed with DMCAs, and I want a copy, a backup copy, in case anything goes wrong. I still have a copy, even if I put it on unlisted at the end. And I know that's yeah, yeah. Cuckles didn't do shit. He doesn't have the power to do shit. You hear him yelling and screaming, "I'm going to get you demonetized. I'm going to get you demonetized." Oh, I'm sorry, Cuck. Hey, Barbara. You see how I get support? Yeah. So it wasn't Cuckboy. So I'm gonna go through this real quick. So I'm gonna show everyone my back studio. All right. So this was my notice in YouTube Studio that I got demonetized the next day. That we had to put down my baby, and usually something like that, this doesn't get to me, but due to the stuff that was going on, it kind of struck a little bit. You know, this is not again, not something else to go wrong. So the reason I got demonetized was inauthentic content. So let me zoom in a bit so people can read this. Content that appears mass produced or repetitive to increase views without adding significant educational or other value. Note, your unpaid earnings may be withheld in accordance with the YouTube Partner Program terms and applicable policies. All right. So YouTube appears to be striking channels. I'm not the only one. Where YouTube doesn't understand, the AI doesn't understand that my shorts are a parody of the things we talk about around here. So I'm gonna I've been researching the policies so I can put in a kick-ass appeal. So if you think this was a mistake, submit an appeal telling us why. We will review your appeal and get back to you with a decision within 14 days. Only choose this option if any videos since your channel was suspended from monetizing. If you don't successfully appeal your suspension for this channel, any other channels you may operate are also at risk for suspension from the YouTube Partner Program. So you see, I have till April 13th. I'm probably going to start my video tomorrow, put it on unlisted, and let YouTube deal with it. I've saw some videos. Thank you, Jamie, for sending them to me. They hit a channel with hundreds of thousands of subs, and they were actually making cartoons, original cartoons, by the way. parodies of South Park and other stuff. So they hit him. His appeal was denied, and now he's waiting for a human to view his content. Yeah, it's really a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, they're coming up with bullshit reasons to demonetize you. Now, Cuck, you had nothing to do with this. It was an oversight on my part. Let me just put it this way. I overlooked the AI. I thought, well, YouTube policy is if you upload an AI video or short, you have to click the little box when uploading to say it's AI, appears to be something someone never said, or yeah, it's becoming a big problem. It's becoming a huge problem. Monetization is going bye-bye for some people who follow the rules. Well, it was demonstrated that, yeah, more educational. You know, Jamie, yeah, I'm going to try that after the appeal, Jamie. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some of my shorts up on Rumble and in my Discord. So if anyone wants to join my Discord, either let me or Jamie know. Jamie helps run my Discord. So in my Discord, we don't talk shit. We don't plot against people. Mine's more of a social Discord where anyone can join and talk with each other. Yeah, and YouTube is just getting goofier and goofier. Yeah, it's like, what policy did I violate? YouTube doesn't have what you call a ban on AI generated videos. So I followed the policy, clicked the box at the bottom. I thought that would be the end of it. But apparently, yeah, it's not the end of the world. Hey, Holly, Barbara. It's not the end of the world. If my appeal is denied in my human review, they don't give a shit. Then I could reappeal. I could reapply in 3 months, just like Jamie said. And you have no power over me, Cuck. You don't scare me. Your little goons, your little criminal goons over at the GNA, don't scare us. So you could sit there and clap and jump up and down that I got demonetized. Well, the truth is, it's happening to many, many people. Too many channels to count. Too many channels to count. All right, yeah, it's impossible to keep up with. Yeah, you might have not noticed, Jamie, but I added you and Honey Bunch as admins. You may not have noticed that. So just I'm just trying to let people know. Yeah. He's probably gonna sit there and celebrate, saying I told you so. That's what he does. He thinks he's king of the world. He thinks he's better than everyone else, points the finger and says it's everyone else's fault but his own. But as Tammy pointed out today, he's not innocent. He's no victim. I think one of the reasons why he's keeping up his lawsuit is either his ego is too much for him, or he doesn't want to admit that he's stupid. Many reasons. Yeah, he loves to take credit for that. And this is why I'm showing you my back end to say, Eli, You failed, Elaine. You failed. All right. Hey, Holly. You see, we got someone in. We got someone over the other end. You know. Hey, Holly. So let me just. Let me just fair use a video that was sent to me. Hold on. Just as bad as Nikki is with this. So let me show you what a real unauthentic or mass production is. All right. This is for educational purposes. All right. Let me, okay. It's in the browser. So we're gonna scroll through this. We're gonna find a real violator. All right. Oh, here we go. We're just gonna play a few a minute or two of this. Just let me. All right. Let me just put this up on the screen. Yes, I do. Farley, it's in my description and it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Yeah. He wishes, but I'm not interested, Cock. All right. I'm not interested. Neither is Jamie. He said no to you. Slow DN. So let me just put this up. So here we go. We got a violator here of the policy that I supposedly broke. So let me just review this real quick. All right.
Same thing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here's the thing he's doing. Let's take this. He stepped on this Lego. Okay, 8 minutes and 46 seconds long. Upload.
Seems innocent, right? You upload 8-minute video. But let's see what mass production and repetitive means. All right. And this guy didn't get demonetized. He has over 15 million subs, and YouTube don't give a shit. So
Uploaded 1 day ago. Watch this. He stepped on a Lego.
Look at how many.
It's a fucking jump scare.
Look at how many times he uploaded the same video. And this guy is still monetized. YouTube. This guy is still monetized. And he put up the same video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 5 fucking times. All right. And I'm getting accused of repetitive content by YouTube. Well, at least my AI shorts have a different punchline each and every time. It's parody. It's critique. It's original content that I have to put lots of thought in to get those generated. And sometimes the AI doesn't generate them right. So I have to redo it. You know? YouTube doesn't realize how much time it takes just to come up with an original idea.
Look at this. Look at all of these copies
Whoa.
of the same exact video. All right, here's the one uploaded a day ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, 3 months ago, 5 months ago. And if you're wondering, like, oh, well, maybe it's not the exact same video. It's just the same thumbnail. Well, you'll notice that the duration is the exact.
Oh, absolutely. So he's posting the same fucking video dozens of times. And that's called repetitive content. All right. And this guy is still monetized. Oh, shit. YouTube for you.
Same. And also, if you hover over it, and oh, that's actually different. Well, how does that work? Well, what about this? There you go. Man in hat, man in hat.
Yep.
Oh, bucket again. Man in hat, man in hat, man in hat.
How many times you got to post a video? The same time to get your point across. And to be honest, it looks like that he stepped on a Lego is fake. Because if you step on a Lego, it doesn't make marks like that. So usually.
Bucket, man in hat, bucket. And I'm not just cherry picking. How about he thought it was just candy? Let's try that. He thought it was just candy. Oh my God, it's the same.
Look at these violations. Look at these TOS violations or YouTube Partner Program violations. Oh, and there's a racist video. Funniest kid test answers. My teacher is white. Who cares what race or color or religion the teacher is? As long as they're teaching the kids. Okay, so I'm just checking the Rumble side, see if I got a donation. So, thank you, Jody, for the $25. I really appreciate it. You see, YouTube doesn't realize we all have our Cash Apps and PayPals, and we can dual stream to another stream for their cash system. I thought YouTube would be happy getting their small cut of everything. So their loss for 3 months. It's their loss. So I'm going to get out of here. So let's just play a few seconds more. And where are you? Damn. Oh, here we go. Wrong tab.
Fucking thing over and over again. Weird. How about that? In fact, I'll show you an example that he just did. I feel like he or his editor, they like forget. Because look at this. Look at this Babadook thumbnail here, right? Google Secrets You Didn't Know About Part 2. It's 8 minutes, 8 seconds long. And if you hover over it.
Yeah, that looks like a meme for the thumbnail. And all my thumbnails are totally different. So why is YouTube actually saying, well,
you get that face again.
That's a meme. All right. There's no doubt about it. And there's no policy on YouTube that says memes are banned from community posts or videos.
Ooh, right? Ooh. Okay, remember that. Because if you scroll down a little further, weird, Babadook. Google
Oh, look at that. Reuse of thumbnails in a repetitive manner. And this guy is just wow. Yep, never donate to a doxer. And I don't release anyone's personal info, Jody, because guess what? If you take the time to donate to me, either through PayPal or Cash App or any other means, I'd appreciate it. Even if you go rogue and go over to an enemy chat because you're mad at someone. Hey, Shan, welcome. So if I do get a name, it's confidential. It's not for anyone. This is what Cuck doesn't get. He uses email and Cash Apps and PayPal to dox people, and that's not right. So someone took the time to donate their money, and wow, I don't understand Slow Dan and the cock. All right, he's an ungrateful bastard who just sits there and points the finger at everyone else. You did me wrong. You did me wrong. But can't look at inside, look at, in the mirror and see a real failure, a real fuck up. All right. And he's going to sit there and, yes, I did. Thank you, Farley. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You see, I get donations, cock. Unlike you, who's lucky if he gets a 50 from Tia that night, or $5 or $10 from Slow DN. That's all he got. That's all you got, cock. And if anything happened to you that's negative, they'd be probably cheering in the streets, and I'm just telling you like it is. Oh, I'm sure, Holly, I'm sure he did. They are a bunch of doxers, real lifers, and criminals. All right. They all have criminal records as long as the Nile or the Mississippi, if you want to get analogies for North America. But that's all they know how to do. That's all they know how to do. Isn't that right, cock? You don't. You've been a failure for how long, and then you sit there and blame the restreams? It's all your fault, Jamie. It's all your fault, Tammy. It's all your fault. Really? It's no one's fault but your own, cock. And I just wanted to show people that Cucky Boy didn't win. He won nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. So you could see by that the video I reviewed that it's happening to everybody around here. So well, GLM can just go suck a dick as far as I'm concerned, all right? Oh yeah, Barbara. We're gonna get to that next. We're gonna get to scabies next. Because some of the things I've been hearing in private message are pretty, it's disturbing, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. And you're right, Barbara. Scabies is over at GLM's, and what's his name? Flexi Boy. With Shields as a mod. So yeah, he is a failure in everything, Drew. An utter failure. Hey, Summer, how you doing? So that's the truth. What I've been noticing with scabies, and then she has the nerve to call me a liar, saying that she's over at Eli's. Well, that was taken out of context. All right, I was talking about she's hanging out at Slow DN's channel, GLM, and Flexi Boys. Damn. Fuck. And then Flex has the nerve, all right, to blame Tammy for his termination at DoorDash. And he can't even realize that his volunteers under his so-called GNA are criminals, all with criminal records. It's not just one or two mistakes. Thank you so much, Summer. You see, people like me a lot more than you, scabies. All right. And then I find out that you're screwing people that supported you for how long now? How long? a year, 6 months or more. I don't know how long they've been supporting her in her scamming ways. Oh, I need gas money. Oh, I need cigarettes. Yeah, she actually messaged me asking for a few bucks for smokes. And I wouldn't give it to her. Fuck no. I'm not gonna give scabies a dime. All right? I'm not gonna give her a damn thing. Now I can't control what other people do. If they want to send her a few bucks, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to sit there and chastise people for doing so. But I'm totally honest with where my money goes. Yeah. Good example, and I was just going to mention her name. Scabies screwed over Machete. Now she's making videos on her. Now she's going after Sarah for some darn reason. Yeah. We try to warn people we're not lying, Barbara. We're not fucking blind. We're not stupid. And we try to warn all these people, but if you don't want to listen, that's on you. And then you'll have a hard lesson to learn. Well, I got to admit that some of these con artists on here are pretty convincing. Right? My money goes towards eating out, buying Mountain Dews, going grocery shopping every so often. Sometimes I buy a book. But hell no, I'm not asking people to pay my bills, all right? Now, let me just give you an example of that, all right? We got a $700 gas bill. And then it went up to $1,200, all right? Sometimes utilities are a pain in the ass. They're getting expensive. And did I in any way mention it to gain sympathy or get people to open up their wallets? Hell no. You know what we did instead? We applied for a program, all right, to get our bill paid, all right, and the whole thing wasn't covered. We're still we're on a payment plan, all right. Yeah, Barbara, how many times would you need fucking gas money to go to work? All right, it doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make one bit of sense. Now, as for Flex, he got himself terminated for good cause. If you're going to sit there and you're going to violate your employer's rules, they have every right to discipline you. All right. Now, did I agree with some of the things I got written up for in the past? No. But no one's perfect. All right. But Flex goes out of his fucking way. Hey, Wendy. There are certain people I don't mention, but they are horrible people who are trash. Absolutely. I don't sit there and I don't talk about Psycho Debbie, aka GLM. No, I didn't dox her. Now she's going to be served with court papers, or as she said, oh, she knows her court date. Great. Now, Debbie, just show up, or Tammy will get a judgment in default. That's how it works. If you don't show up for court, then it's only a one-way contest. All right? So don't add not showing up for court, Debbie, to your resume. All right? don't add it to your resume. Now we all know that GLM's crazy. She's psycho. Sits there and doxes people and fakes her own death, and then this was a surprise to me, but I'll say, wow, Flex has no standards in the women he dates or picks as an online girlfriend. Damn, it's pathetic. All right, it's utterly pathetic. So we have scabies over there trying to hate bond. We have a few other people, well, who goes into Slow DN's chat. Anyway, not very many people. But I've noticed when I restreamed Slow DN, okay, I noticed that there's only a few people that go in there, and I saw I'm Zen in there, and I'm like, what's wrong with you, girl? What the fuck is wrong with you? All right, I usually don't go at people that are over there. I usually ignore them because they're useless human beings that aren't going to change anyway. But this is just over the top crazy. So you have a doxing fool named Debbie hanging out over at Flex's, and all they can do is scream, yell, and make threats and sit there and plot on how they can go real life on people. And I made this comment over at Tammy's this afternoon. All right. That people shouldn't be doxxed or gone real life on because you don't agree with their opinion. All right. That's just utterly insane. Because, yeah, I followed some cases in the news. Casey Anthony. There was, what's her name? Stabby. Thinking of her name. Jodi Arias. That's right. And a few others. All right. And when I got to the Chris Watts case, I didn't know what the hell was going on at first. It says, oh, a friend, a mutual friend. That's how I met Amy through Tyrone Bigham's. All right. And people over at Watts Island were doxing other people and going after them just because they disagreed. Now, I found that pretty disgusting. No one should deserve to be doxxed or their families messaged or anything just because they have a different point of view. All right. Now, when I met Amy, that crazy nut, her and one of her friends was, I'm not going to mention her name. Why bother? And they were on the Chris Watts was innocent side. Now, I've seen Amy in that group. I just ignored her because I didn't agree with her on the case. So I just commented on some of the chats, or there's a Facebook group ran by trolls, by the way. So there are some trolls in the true crime community that try to exploit a tragedy and then just sit there and act like total lunatics. Yeah, in Casey Anthony days or Jodi Arias, when two people had a dispute, they used to make dirty memes of each other. One may steal a photo and crop it on a woman in an electric chair, and some of the memes were actually pretty funny. I'll admit that. Or you had the select few of the trolls that went too far. All right. It was like, okay. So we had a fight with this retired school teacher from Australia. She was a nasty piece of work. She used to go around under a sock account, threatening parents to send their kids photos to P words if they didn't pay up. She actually made the news in New Zealand. All right. She actually made the news in New Zealand. And then she has a nerve to sit there and go after the people who told her to go get lost after they found out that she was cyberbullying people. She was going after people. And then she shared a Facebook page that exposed people for bullying. She took the page and went over to her Amanda Knox's guilty crew and did the nastiest stuff. So the rest of the admins or moderators on that page decided to tell her to get bent, basically. So that was a year and a half of fighting, and then maybe a year later she died. Turns out she had cancer real bad. And we made little silly little pages. You know, we sat there and liked things and didn't say a word with these crazy page names. Harmless. Most of the stuff I did in those days was harmless. Yeah. And there was, over in the Casey Anthony community, there was a few people that actually did go real life. They thought that going real life did something. All right. They thought, well, this one's doing this, and this one's a criminal, and this one's doing this. This one's harassing us. This troll won't leave us alone. So a handful of people tried to say, okay, let's try to stop them. Let's try to stop them. Now, Tyrone Biggums at the time, someone actually did go to her house, throw a dead fish in her front yard, and make a threat. You know, in one of those signs with the cut up magazines. So what did going real life do? It just made Tyrone even madder. And guess what? Guess what happened? It just got people together to fight. And all we did was take screenshots and expose the truth. Sort of like a few of us do over here. We show proof of this one did this one said that. And we let people decide. We're not going to, I'm not here to sit there and say, you're going to, that. Because sometimes people, if they're handed, if they're shown, if the problem was caught on tape and we just play it on this platform, some people are going to say, like Amy, oh, it's all AI. It's all this. It's all that. Damn it. You know, it's just a wow factor. So, as I said, Amy thought this just shows intelligence, all right? I should have got the message from day one that she sat there and defended Chris Watt because she didn't believe he was guilty. Even after he confessed to the crime, and don't forget this, led the police to the bodies. You got that right. 100% true. 100%. All right. So it just tells you some of the intelligence level of some of these people. All right. If you have someone like Amy or Jess with a K, they can't even get basic concepts. That's kind of like Hucky, right? Can't get anything simple. Can't put 2 and 2 together to equal 4. It's basics. But then Amy said, "Oh, people are going after me and doing this." I wonder what Amy did. She was doing a lot of shit fuckery behind everyone's back. So did Jess. All right, and I'm gonna repeat myself when it comes to Jess K. If you sit there and abuse an animal, sit there and let them die. 4 dead cats. Then I don't know what to say. If someone on here actually bailed the son of a bitch out, I'm just gonna say this: you got to be ashamed of yourself. No real morals, no real empathy. Oh, we know it's not Wyoming Adventures, all right? She actually made a fool of herself over at Nikki's when the video was played. She was blaming 71 for all her problems. Sitting there trying to unmask alts. Oh, Aurora Steele is 71. So is this person. So is that person. Really, Wyoming? You got to sit there and point the finger at everyone else. It's everyone else's fault. When after a week or something, I don't ask too many questions of Nikki, but Wyoming created an alt, a troll sock account with Darling Nikki's sister, her photo and everything, full government name. And she tried, all right, Wyoming tried to accuse 71, to throw her under the bus over what, a theory? And Wyoming is talking like she's done nothing wrong. Stop bothering her. Well, Wyoming, you say that you don't like the drama, girl. Then you should just get lost. All right. You should know where you are. You're in a drama community. All right. You're probably over somewhere else, starting problems too that we don't know about. That's just how I'm thinking. And your flip flopping is going to get you in a whole lot of trouble. Now, they don't want you over at Granny Fanny's or Amy's. Tiffany don't want you. Bottom of the barrel. Creators. I don't think the people over at Hookers want her around. Or how many times she's flip-flopped. All right. And I'm just going to mention this. There was a sock clone of me. All right. Now, Wyoming decided to blame Johnny for making that YouTube channel with my full name, one of my photos that I use, one of my avatars. But I'm beginning to rethink that in a way. I think Wyoming and Johnny did it. And then Wyoming didn't like a classy response when I did videos in fair use. And she decided to strike me. And it didn't hit me at first. It didn't hit me really at first. All right. But she actually struck the videos of Johnny being played. the ones that were exposing his lying ass. All right. Now I'm sure someone watching is gonna contact Johnny, saying we're talking about him again. But the whole thing is 100% relevant. All right. So Wyoming, I'm just gonna say this. I don't believe you. You're coming up with the most outlandish things. You don't show any proof of shit. I even asked you one time, do you have proof on voices? It was all over the phone, Bill. Some of the things that voices was doing. And I decided to just say, okay, I just mentioned it and just said it was unconfirmed chatter. All right. And Jody, I'm gonna say this with your comment here. That could be it. All right. It could be could have caused brain damage, of course. But at the time, this was all going on when she decided to act loony, like a Looney Tune, a video came in my feed. All right, about dangerous rocks. And we all know Wyoming collect crystals and jade and all these other stones. It's undisputed. Okay, you could look in her living room and she has the amethyst and those are not dangerous, all right? Those are not dangerous by themselves. They just recommend you wear a mask if you sand them and do this. But there are other rocks that can cause neurological damage, such as asbestos. There are other mercury. Those are in raw rocks. Sometimes it's mixed in with another element, and she got her hands on it. She touched it. No, I'm not wishing any harm upon Wyoming, but she needs to learn to lose. She needs to learn to use her brain. Whatever brain cells are left. All right. So I think it's either the brain injury from her aneurysm, or she's getting herself into contact with an element such as lead, mercury, asbestos. There are a few others on the list that are just as deadly if they don't poison you slowly over time. Or well, that's another possibility because she's a rock enthusiast and she doesn't. I don't think she realizes she's touching other elements that can be dangerous. All right, that's another explanation, and the video is quite enlightening. There's a few on the list that I didn't think that would be that deadly. But you learn something new every day. Okay? You learn something new every day, and it's just so we're gonna go back to little scabies for a moment. She's on borrowed time, in my opinion. It's only going to be a few more months until she runs back over with the trolls. Because, in my opinion, that's all she is. Any bottom feeding content for a profit, she runs for it. She runs for it. And when I sat there and yelled at her for messaging me and asking Nikki to fucking stop, when we were handling it the right way, she just got mad. All right? Started going, making little snide remarks. And I basically said, anything for a profit, isn't it? And she took offense to it. I don't really care. And then Jess K was saying, "Oh, that I owe that bitch money." Are you kidding me? I don't owe her a damn thing. I didn't ask for a refund. I only agreed with it because I thought at the time that Scabies needs to learn her lesson. And even she admitted, all right, coming from her, she admitted that Bill doesn't owe me money. He didn't ask for a refund. Not one bit. So we had Scabies on Nikki's panel. Was it a week and a half ago? Before I lost my my pal. And I could see right through her. All right. She was on there trying to so-called mend fences. But she's the one. All right. I'm just going to point this out. This is obvious. She actually sat there after someone was good to her, sent her money, and then when the money stops, she does a 180 and uses Nikki's stuff for content, trying to draw in the cash. All right, this is how Scabies operates. I'm sorry, but if you don't agree with me, you'll learn the hard way, one way or the other. Sometimes you got to live and learn. Now, I called Jess K out. I was right. Some people are messaging me behind the scenes and saying you're right about scabies. All right. So if you want to take that chance and see it for yourself, go right ahead. Well, I don't blame Robbie, by the way. I'll tell you why. He needs to see things for himself and he tries to work things out with people. But someone who sits there and lies says I was in Robbie's mod chat. All right. Taking screenshots and sending them to Nikki. That was bullshit. That was probably a conspiracy theory by you know who. It's either Jess K or they both put pressure on Robbie to kick me out of the mod chat. And what people don't realize is there's nothing to report in there. It's like a social club. All right. There's nothing to screenshot and send to people. All right. If you consider what's his name? Oscar. That's right. You consider Oscar and his outlandish comments something to share. That's about it. Everyone knows how Oscar is. He's over the top sometimes. And so I decided to make a video, go live, and I decided to debunk the whole situation. All right. I showed every single screenshot that I sent to Nikki. And they couldn't even admit they were wrong. They just said, oh, Bill probably deleted them. Yeah, absolutely, Jody. And then I'm chastised. Get a load of this. Oh, Bill's lying. When I actually prove that they're lying or we're wrong, whatever you want. Yeah, I'm not a pickup boy, all right? Pick me, pick me, pick me. I find that kind of quite stupid. If you want to sit there and you want to be fake and you want to sit there, pick me, and then they try to get other people involved in their little drama that they're having with someone else. Because how many times have I said if two people are going at it in my chat? I tell you to take it somewhere else. Because I'm not getting involved in two people fighting. Okay? I'm not gonna get this person involved because they're friends with this person that I don't like or having a problem with at the time. Because guess what? This is just the reality of everything. Okay? This is just the reality. They may be going at it, they're going back and forth. But then usually 95% of the time they make up within several months. And then where does that leave you? Shit out of luck. That's why I don't go around white knighting for people. Hey, Rosaline. Yeah, thank you for coming in, Rosaline. I really appreciate it. I'm really appreciate it. You see, I get kind words, and unlike some other people around here. Yeah, they suck everyone in, and grown adults fall for it. All right. Now, when Jess Kate came back, I didn't trust her one bit. I knew she didn't change. She said she changed the last time and lied. So I went over to her channel. She was talking about Amy. I decided to say hello to her. And then she immediately gives me a wrench. I'm gonna say, whoa, I didn't ask for that. I didn't want to, to be honest with you, I didn't even want to wrench at her channel. All right. I was just there listening, seeing if she can explain things like the animal abuse charges. And she told a little story that sort of made sense. But I made one little boo boo. All right. I'm willing to admit I'm wrong, or ask Rachel. I was wrong about something. Something didn't make sense. Scabies actually taking responsibility for something that didn't jive until Rachel decided, okay. I told Rachel drop the receipts. And she did, and I was actually wrong about something. And I was like, whoa. So I just sat there at Jess's, all right. Listen, I went up on her panel, I let her up. I was trying to get along with her. I knew she was good for nothing scumbag. Well, she says, "Oh, my dog attacked someone else, and I got a animal abuse charge. The mistake I made was I didn't check. I didn't look into it, the papers or whatever was filed. And if I did that, I would have probably called her a liar right on her panel, and presented her with the proof. Say, wait a minute, that's not true, is it?" I knew she got arrested for shoplifting at Walmart twice. I asked her, "What did you steal?" And she seemed to be actually proud. All right. She seemed to be proud of what she's done. And I'm like, let me keep an eye on this bitch. She's getting an ego boost. I dealt with her back in 2019, and all she did was lie, manipulate, go after people that didn't deserve it. I even had to step in several times and say, no, you're not calling CPS on someone when you don't have a legitimate reason to do so. Why? Because you're mad at her? You're mad at this lady and you want to go real life on her and traumatize her kid? Basically, and she even admitted while I was on panel. I said no. Then several other things I had to stop. The real life shit. But did Jess or Amy listen? Absolutely not. They tried to sweep it under the radar. Said, well, this one's doing this, and then drops a screenshot when they both caused it themselves. How many times can your father-in-law die? 3 times? I didn't confront Amy on that, but I knew she was up to no good. When you catch Amy in so many lies, and then she goes up on I tell her to get lost. Because on New Year's Eve, I was like at my boiling point with her. She was sitting there telling me what to do, who to have on my channel. Yeah. And people don't realize sometimes it's about quality, not quantity around here. I have some great people, great caring people in my chat. All right. And I really appreciate it. All right. I really appreciate the donations. I appreciate the support. Even if you don't give me a donation, that's fine. I don't hold it against you. Not like some people on this platform that sit there and rage because they're not getting the money. Look at Eli. He went nuts over a $2 donation on his birthday that year. It was like, whoa, you're an ungrateful motherfucker, aren't you? Ungrateful. It's just some of these lunatics on here think you saw it all, but then they do something else, go to a new low. And I just shake my head in disbelief. It's, whoa, you go even lower than you did last time. And then when you call it out and show proof of it, then they say, well, you got it all wrong. You don't get anything right. Well, yeah, at the beginning, I did get some things wrong because because Amy was spoon feeding me some of this information that was full of shit. And then she was making demands. Well, you don't go after Jer, right? She's friends with Amber. Well, I'm not going to sit there and cherry pick who I comment on. All right. If someone I know that I'm friends with is friends with another person, sorry, not sorry. I was asked to go on a panel and give my opinion or how I saw something. And then I get hell from Amy and a few others. I'm not going to mention who they are. It's practically irrelevant at this point. But that's why I fell out with Amy the first time. All right. I told her to get bent. I threw her out of my chat. And then she tried to get people to turn against me when I did nothing. So then when that fucking failed, then she gets all nice. Asks Missy K to unblock Amy. They have a conversation with her, and she says, oh, she starts telling me the grossest things that I don't want to hear what someone does in their bedroom, but I heard it on a phone call. I regret not recording it, which I should have done in the first place. And I was treating her with kid gloves, saying, oh, you may be right. Jury's still out. You know, I just wanted to keep her talking. And some of the things she was saying were none of her fucking business to broadcast. All right. And then I write to her, I can't stand behind this. Interesting. Just like she did at Nikki, she didn't get her way. So she leaves and starts making fun of her. Something that no woman should go through. You're just like Jess, Amy, minus the animal abuse. Now, if you abuse an animal in the way that Jess has, there's a special place in hell for you. I'm sorry, but not sorry. But if you want to do that, then there's something mentally wrong with you. And let me just say, put it this way: I hope she goes to jail for what she did. She did it not once. This is the second set of charges. 4 dead cats in her house. That's not an accident. But then she lets them decompose and have disrespect. You know, it's just. So when my dog was having coughing fits, we took her to the emergency vet. We wanted her to get better. But the vet couldn't do a proper diagnosis. Blood test came back inconclusive. They couldn't read the x-ray. It was probably because she was overweight that didn't help her. But we didn't just sit there and let my baby die. We tried to give her a fighting chance at survival. And her chances weren't that good. They said there was a chance, 40% chance, and she was in critical condition. So we had to make that bad, horrible decision that no pet owner wants to make. You know? Nobody wants to make, no one that has empathy or in their right mind would want their puppy, their chihuahua, or whatever animal you have to suffer. It was one of those decisions that were heartbreaking. I had to pick a girl up, hold her in my arms while we drove maybe a mile. It was devastating, all right? I still miss my girl. All right. But here's the thing. We're gonna this time we're trying something different. Because the dog that we had to put down was abandoned. We decided the best way to honor her is to give another unlucky dog a home. All right, so we started the process yesterday, put in an application with an animal rescue, and we're going to see if our application's approved. My baby boy Brutus, my good boy, he was old, he had a heart murmur. He went last year. So it's just that my dogs are a little upset too. I think that they miss their little friend and they have no one to play with. My older chihuahua, Abby, is a little antisocial, wants to be left alone. That's all right. But we have the other one that misses playing with her. All right? You can see it in her eyes. She's sad, like the rest of us. Thank you, Jody. Yeah. It is devastating. We start second guessing. We should have done this and we should have done that. And it was no one's fault. We just thought that she was having a little cough every so often when she went out. Could have been the grass, could have been anything. But it turned out it was her weight was causing a little problem. And so we're going to try to give another girl or boy dog a home. May take a few weeks, may take a month. Whatever's meant to be will happen. I know when Jamie lost Starbuck, it hurt like hell. It sucked. He actually loved that cat. We take care of our animals here. You know, they got food. Oh yeah. They're family. Don't fuck with our family. All right? Because I don't, even if I'm not pleased with you, I'm not going to go drag your dog or your cat or. But some of these people, they have no bounds and they'll sit there and make fun of a helpless animal just to try to get their point across. So if anyone gets the idea of making false accusations and sit there and laugh, just watch them like this. Wow. They have no respect for animals. They have no respect for anything. So I'm going to go now. If someone goes live, I'm going to restream. But other than that, I'll see everyone later. All right.